Amasan tam YouTube channel and tu te zo sian bonon che pai tu nei holim video hele Tangpizawl James Khaiminthang Zou Pa Haukhanpau tapa thumna hiya ama akhota hele Tangpizawl hinanleh anule pato in kwanin tuin Shillong khopi atengwa aman 2025 komin Indian Statistical Service alawching in tuin training bolelal hiya naupang nauta kumsom nilanga upapaniya St. Anthony's College Shillong apadin Bachelor of Science in Statistics sangtenana zowa abana class 12 science zong BK Bazure College apadana zowin high school pen class 10 St. John School Shillonga MBOS kichi Meghalaya Board of School Education waya zong sangtenana zowa tuin amato amalai simna service gyang diang ki prepare dan le tua din mun le simlai tia dinga abai hanom na te chi amato holim na ngai vai ki pa hoya James tu nita nang to ki holim the James yain hibia pasian min phat masawain mo nang zong khang tha naupang kum tom no khada lo ching ni to kitonin nanga pada chai ki holim na pada khang lai simlai tam pita ten ang patwam piding kine boy ma main James masapenin nang le nang self introduction ki boldwa
ke kahile kamin pen James ahia James Khaiminthang Zou ke pen kakwau pen kapak pau ahile Tangpizawl ahia in lama kapa pen amin ahile Haukhanpau hia kanu pen ahile nyang nei lam and ka u ke ko unau mi li kahiwa ke pen athumna ata pen ka u ahile Andrew Khamlunal hia and Anina pen Kelvin Ginmin Len Zou here and Athumna K James Khaiminthang Zou now tum pen David Mang Thian Muan to ko kanu le pate hi le Shillong tu lai ta ka u te to ka u Kelvin pen UPSC preparation Delhi abola ka u ata pen Delhi preparation abo Shillong preparation abolin kapate to kanao atum pen to ipen here ka introduction
here I en tu te inana theina di un nau Kelvin pen huile tu tunga civil service prelims zo men's zo mo men's zo in chin interview
adi
ma zong kine pi wai ma main prelim zong khat ve ni ve khat na clear kha tai khat hi mo le
ani ni ve na clear ta prelim zong
no Andrew la banglam preparation na bole
ka u Andrew pen bank lam prepare mo SSB RBI SBI civil prepare
anything that comes sidan ne te mo
nanga
tu la focus mo
subject oriented si main kaya penso
subject oriented ki pa hoi ma ke tu masang nang lo chinga khu kana thein chin tha khada bang chigian de Shillong akom la ya no pe no nau teng thum khu home tuition da na ha khare hani khara kang hil khai chin ho la na nau pangun chin tua akhan gol banga ki do ma khomel pen mi hing te ki khang to ma main James nang na neu lai mo na school bang school na kai chi vel ni chan high school life ni khan gen do le
ke pen kahile Shillong schooling ka bol ya kaneu lai but Shillong Saint John School khat ji khatin kape class LKG but class 10 tan hota kasima hu school pen hile MBOS Meghalaya board waya auma and then class 10 kapazawa ke CBSE school ka ki transfer udin school khat BK Bajoria khat si khat Shillong ka kaya huzawa science kala 11 12 pen two science kala in science pen kala NDA pen kalunglu thau ya hulaya huzya NDA bolading in NDA bolading in two science ila ngai ya huzya ken science stream ka kana la kha class 11 12 hi wang ka ching NDA pen ka ching thailo zia in ken jong hu class 12 zo pen chu aim jong kan nei chat lo NDA pen chu ke aim hi NDA second hulaya chu second plan jong ka kan nei chat lo hu ja bange NDA ka ching lo lo pat jong ka bol di jong ka thei chat lo science ka mola hi wanga science stream sunga bange kala di pen jong hoi do ka plan lo mo ka plan chu NDA pen ka ching ching dinga ka ki koi ya hi wanga by God's grace ka ching khalo remaining and then DU ka mo apply ha hulaya ka u pen jong ka u Kelvin pen Delhi ya Kuzia ke song DU ka mo apply bi mo ka ti top ya hi ka apply in hi wanga ka marks pen ching chat lo mo DU di huzia Shillong ma Saint Anthony's College khat ya hupe huta admission cover bolin mathematics honors class om ya mo hola science stream ke ka subject nop ka sa pe chu mathematics ya chemistry bio civil pen ke adi ha mo ke kamat thei chat lo chemistry bio civil huzia mathematics pen kamat thei pen admission cover bol so ma Saint Anthony's hi wanga admission kabol kalit seng mo because ke pen hulaya zong NDA kana bol tho NDA kabol in DU zong ka apply hi wanga hulaya zong NDA zong kiching khalo and DU zong marks pen hoi seng lo mo huzia last option Saint Anthony's ka pa pe Saint Anthony's ka pe zong admission late seng ka mo hulaya mathematics honors pen bangkim fulta and then hulaya zong bange subject ladi zong khathei chat lo because mathematics zong full and then advanced sakapaya zong mathematics zong full kit and then last option Anthony sakapa pe kirin bange subject mo science stream adi science stream adi bange kachin statistics khat hya hupen kanala me Manglia kala no ka thei chat lo mo because who pen chok bange em nei dewa zong kala hilo mo statistics pen ong me ja kala khain and then who pen zong kana bol to win by God's grace ki graduate zawa hita stream khat feel khat in kamu mo ka ken zong kamu zong hilo hya kham ka gel pen zong op khá trong cái college ka kala ya op khá lam trong cái thế lo mo ya kham ka gel khá pen trong ko ja bange God's grace main ke kalam pi pen keneu la pat ka schooling apat tu tan pen God's grace ma kamuin ka kamuhi
ale mo James maths na lunglu na chin class 10 na bangzat na moi metric
maths
maths
pen
bangzat na moi
distinction ba kamu hi banga kamu number cha chu ka thelo
distinction means above 80%.
Above 80
ale class 12 ala
class 12 azong above 80 ma CBSE board CBSE board pen chu scoring chu anop de ma
ken class 12 science kana line chin ai banga maths out of 100 mark get kamu hu pen jong mia ka copy na line tidan lo ale hicha maths lang na siamin chin mo what do you think is the main reason for you not clearing ND exam which is being
and
mathematics heavy
mathematics heavy hai and hi wanga India azong subject dang zo mo geography civil social science lam pen
general awareness lam mo
general awareness pen ka struggle bod ya khula ya chu newspaper zong ki simbud lo exam pen mathematics so ki practice in ka ki pya social studies general awareness vel ki prepare kha alowin hucha ki pa pe kha huja clear lo
ale na mark scoring nen thoi na mark score how much you
mark
scored in
score
mathematics
pen
and
tu
other subjects
kamu kha chet lo I think hola chu like concentration pen only on studying more Hivanga hulai retrospective analysis pen kibol khalo mo ilung sima zong bange imbol di lo chi vel zong ilung sima lawin kimo bol top exam pen planning
So
sing lo mo.
aumdan pen nang ku just more interested in calculations and least interested in study of GK and other subjects. Mo ethical inia opposite tua ke chu maths what dia ka to la ka chi tha me but I can read whole day whole night reading lam pang ka thanwam maths su ka high school apa razong ka background ano hoilo ka school ka na zong na hoilo mo ale abana class 12 lang join chin why were you late for admission what were you doing
Ke hua NDA ka bol ya mo and then NDA ka bol ay zong admission pen dio ka kinem tho ya hi wang cut off pen that year was very high mo cut off pen open a cut off pen fourth fifth list tan ka nga ya dio fifth list tan hung polo in hung fifth list hung po dapat it was too late no was ya admission
so
pen Shillong
in the meantime you did not apply in Shillong ma
Shillong ka bol khala
ale
I mean
maths a distinction na mu in chin subject dang tian na maka tom zia ko akad of na ching lo mo ai lo le what was the reason
subject dang pen he sa chemistry to bio pen ka marks pen kiam bo an atom bon ho sia ki mo thelo
to
chemistry
tu
pen ka
lai
tagal ma ko class
tu lai
12
grading te hilo hitale mo masang lai banga first division second division chidan dawai cha ana lai hitale bang division ana zoe 12 ko
first division ma chu ka zo first division pen 70% above ya mo first division ma chu ka zo class 12 pen
in chin Shillong ako konunga mathematics honors dia admission nang move ve kit mo
mathematics silo statistics mathematics pen ka
acha
apply le ki munon lo mo si hozia
but
statistics on pen
hi cha mo sometime hi cha English hamne kha khanna za leong kho lo nang to bang
oh
ba
le
zo ham siam lo dia na ngai di hin chin mo
mm
like see what how will you differentiate mathematics honors and statistics I think even statistics is also a kind of mathematics sidanin
okay mathematics pen it's very technical mo compared to statistics statistics pen it's more probability hypothesis civil mo mathematics pen pure facts pure numbers and statistics ahile hypothesis lam like probability civil mo relativity danyo type probability mostly statistics pen so you just have to ascertain things more it's not straight facts the closest to reality pen statistics in open a keyhole a subject
so if you are to advise someone which one will
mm.
you advise like which is more scoring for going
uh,
in the academic lines
kaya ken penso statistics la ya was ya statistics ma ka suggest mo because statistics penso it's a very niche subject mo me tengin na lalo mathematics penso there are so many people who are taking mathematics and statistics line too there are lots of opportunities mo future especially masters to phd ki bole so private azong people earn a lot of money statistics data scientists ji khanjong private lama so
data
if
scientists data
data
analytics
scientists hoten they earn 30-40 lakhs a year private lule statistics subject through because yeah I would suggest if someone is in a dilemma of choosing a subject more if they don't know for certain, then statistics is a very, very viable option. Statistics, in terms of government jobs, in terms of private jobs, there are lots of openings. Huzya, statistics maalale futures on hoyoko statistics adi.
tu masanga army apa dakang retire masanga aku Delhi University Faculty of Management Studies MBA ka ba bolon sin mo. Data analysis hunyo kan ngumin sin at topica. At blackboard ang koi may ang gial may lang kay muswa. Kay so hichi lampang na ball pay mo lo. But again banga for someone to take this statistics mo mathematics asia mama ngai bilo male sa calculation more of calculative mindset chi ngai male.
Reasoning ka chi so di because calculations on it's a heavy saying lo mo even a reasoning pen focus pen reasoning ma ki ko statistics a pen calculations on tam saying lo probability combination permeation chi vel pen ki focus so statistics a
Ken
calculus chi
again
vel the thing lo
may
like
lang kamal
mathematics.
zolo. Bang zia chela
Mathematics amo hitcha numbers pen ki calculate me hi wanga statistics a theory lam zong tam zo economics lan deu type.
high school la commit stay on tu tana kana by hard in chen 4 years ago the father was 5 times as old as his
Mm.
son. 6 years hence he will be 6 times as old as his son. Find the present age of the father. Chita ne mo Mets
Ah.
lampang pen kay kagiel zong kangay tuwa zong
Mm.
lo. In chin
Mm.
ale now tun mo James to graduation statistic honors na line chin what were the
Mm.
combinations?
Mathematics kala ya mo statistics mathematics to physics kala. Ahi wanga ideal combination pen to statistics mathematics to economics ahile. That is the perfect combination.
But economics will involve more of a study again, which you will be lacking
Ah.
mo.
Hul hai achu kalung sima sing lo ya hi wanga now that I think about it more economics ilale a hoizo in terms of mange government jobs well prepare adi statistics mathematics so eco ilale to perfect combination physics pen kala because class 12 azong physics tho ya eco pen chu kanei lo ya mo class 12 huzia kanan mo la ya hi wanga if you're serious about appearing for government jobs, CVL so eco penzong very mandatory to like that.
Economics ken jong kaging talo banga mo neo la ya hu
Mm.
class 10 tan hu ko direct economics na kichilun sin civics and economics na kichi mo. It's a basics
Ah.
of economics dan ne hien.
Mm.
Saki by heart may di kasale tutung hiya MBA pen ka pa bola
Mm.
just like ND exam ni chi dan ne mo.
Ah.
Economics has lots of calculations umawale.
Mm. Mm.
A calculation tiyong calculus ta ho bang may
Mm.
calculation timum adimam mo
Mm.
ale James nang mo tua BSc statistic mo hi pen
Ah.
ku bangza din na zoe
BSc statistics Cape and I was in COVID batch mo huzia mark zong inflated kasa hivanga it was around 73%. Hivanga COVID umrole too, I think it would be around 60 to 65% kaging tanda.
COVID affects your percentage?
COVID pe hilai chu mangi loite to room khara exam ki gel chi vela ki COVID laya chu because there was no monitoring mo COVID laya. So COVID laya exam te chu open book himai and loite to ki bol
Asa
phone.
huzia na genut pen COVID line na pia hi zia fun na percentage sang mo
Hivanga
invigilate
COVID umlole to 60 to 65 according to my previous semester results pen mo ka calculate le.
to bangza na chi COVID umzia
COVID around 73, 74.
so
So
give
a
thanks to
significant boost.
So give thanks to China and Wuhan
Mm.
virus. Tuan, let's come to the main point.
Mm.
Uh, Imon, tua exam pian ko, hita bang exam mo mahichi ko, hoya para nang tiye.
Okay, he pen su personally ken su bang makatay lo ya mo ya exam ISST. He bang kadve a boldi after I graduated boldi pen katay sa lo mo One day I consulted my father. Kapakwa kado bange kapul the ka subject to kado ya. And then after a few days, initially kapa into RBI bolo. Si mo RBI DSIM kadum. Huta DSIM pen statistics honors inele special entry exams kanzong kumpiamo RBI ya. Hupen initially kapain hupen ana bolo at si. Hiva nga hupen bolading in master's degree to i poimo. Kuzya masters adipen ken ignua kana ki enroll ya master's course adi. So in between that bang machu kabol sing no mo. And then while I was preparing for RBI kapan jong here ISS pen ana a colleague te apat ana take yat. And then kapan jong ke ko ang ana suggest here ISS pen jong ana bolo in ti. So ken jong hu pen contemplate in a syllabus jong ke elle hua RBI exam pe to ana similar ya mo as a syllabus pen hu ja ken jong I attempted ISS and then kabol bolin initially ka attempt pa to ISS syllabus pen it's more masters based mo masters the things they teach us in the masters is the main syllabus yeah ISX exam so initially ka self study ka bol mo ISX exam pen but in self study ka bol bange there's a lot of lacking knowledge mo a subject based knowledge pen too bachelor's may ya too it's not enough at all mo was ya kana attempt in kaching khalo mo first attempt and then first attempt so since I know I was not fully prepared mo knowledge wise because it's sufficient law board was ya coaching kana la so that I'll be able to cover all the topics that ka bachelor's ka bol khalo so coaching zong kana la after the first attempt mo and then coaching hoidawa classes will ki attending and mock papers will keep ya every week so coaching through anapia ang bange it supported me mo coaching kala khalo lechu I don't think here exams are clearly because coaching kathelo pen tambi khat kamu so initially when I first prepared I think only 30% of the topic na cover ka coaching kalale I saw that there was a lot of topics that I was missing out mo so coaching through syllabus pen hoitawa kada cover ka so that was what helped me to actually clear this exam
coaching hoya nana la ya
coaching pen online coaching kalamo sunrise coaching kanom open kanala
hulai coaching na la Shillong ana mo
ek delhi ka uto
Delhi hua bel sara ana utolangum
ke ka
in
uto
online
berkaya
coaching na line for how long
1 year kanala coaching
ale
pen
tua na sem na pen ku etem bangza da na pass ya
coaching zawa chet ka pass ka second
coaching
attempt
masanga one attempt na ball
ah
in huzawa a second attempt di ku ball no lawa coaching na la mo
ah
kum khada bangza be umen exam ku kum khada khat ve like civil
once a
service
year like civil service once a year
a ha thawai bang na chi ngai
it
ngai su dei like kum khat pumpi
habot
coaching la di kum khat pumpi
mhm.
coaching la di kum khat pumpi le kha sim di chu
Okay.
bang
Any example too, like 1 whole year na time na piamo. So it's very, very difficult because the whole year too consistently lekha na sim ngai. And every day lekha sipen, I think it's a very, very difficult task mo. Because every day studying 6 to 8 hours pen, so it takes a very big mental toll mo. Because yeah, I think studying is very difficult. And 1 year preparation pen 1 year zong sometimes it feels like it's not enough mo 1 year lekha is sim le zong bange towards the end of the preparation before the exam yeah when we start revision evolves when we start revision ithai lo zong tampi khat ki so like even there's a lot of pressure when it comes to preparing mo prepare if we only prepare zong mental toll pen so te te ako. Exam, or if you study for only one exam pen so mental pressure zong sang asang.
Okay, James, then like studying for one whole year, that too with
Mm.
coachings. So what is the main thing that motivates you day by day, day by day?
Studying, okay. What motivated me to study every day was, I
Yeah.
think, the people around me. So I was in Bersarai and I was living with my older brother. So everyone around me was preparing for their civil service exams. So when you see the people around you every day, everyone is always studying 24/7. People are
Hmm.
going to the library every day. They're studying for 11, 12 hours every day. So when you see that environment around you, so studying 8, 10 hours every day, it starts becoming normal. Mo. Every day, it feels like your everyday routine. So if you're able to surround yourself with people who are also in that same mindset, same environment as you, it really helps motivate you because it feels like you're not alone studying. Because sometimes when you study alone, when you study, everyone is studying alone. So when you study and then you see people around you also in that same position, it makes you feel a little better to study.
Was there a time when you feel like giving up?
I think every day when every day I always felt like giving up because I was never very fond of studying because ever since I was younger, I always like playing games on my laptop or phone. I always like going out, but having to just sit the whole day in one place and studying, I think every day I wanted to give up. But when I saw the people around me not giving up, it made me also wanna be better and study better.
So for the whole year round, you are just studying, or
Mm.
sometimes you hang up, you went out for you hang out
Yes,
somewhere,
yes.
for movie and dating or something
Mhm.
like that.
I mean, we cannot study every day throughout the whole
Hmm.
month. So, but 6 months before the actual exam, I would never go out, and sometimes I would even skip church when I haven't completed my syllabus for the week. So, I always had a plan for myself. No? So every month I would prepare a study table. So within
Hmm.
this first week, I would have to complete this many topics. So no matter how long I have to study, I would have to complete those topics no matter what. So sometimes it would take me more than the entire week to complete that topic. So that topic would carry on to the next week. And when that topic carries on to the next week, I don't have any offs on that Sunday. So some months, some weeks, I would study from Monday to Sunday. But in my study plan, I would always keep Sunday off so that I would at least go to church more. But sometimes when I can't complete that study table within that week, it would also occupy my Sunday. So every we should all have a study plan for every month and every week, so that whatever you have to complete within a specific span of time, you should complete. But after that, like after suppose my exam is on May, but after May, I would give myself some time off. So like after the exam, I would take 1 month off. So I would go back home to my parents and I would have the time off. And also on Christmas is when I would take my time off.
So apart from those people around you studying, what are
Hmm.
the other things that motivates you? Like, is there any feeling of drawing a high salary, to be in a high position, social
I think
status, anything of that sort?
the main thing that motivated me was my dad will not be working forever. So
Hmm.
I wanted to at least have a job before my dad retires so that there won't be any financial burden on my parents because even they are going to retire soon. Even my father is personally going to retire soon within just a span of 1 or 2 years. So if I wasn't able to get this job, it would be a huge financial liability on my parents as well. So one of the main thing that motivated me was financial independence and financial stability for myself, not only for myself but also for my family as a whole, so that we won't be dependent on only one source of income, because that source of income can be gone any day. So having that source of income is something that motivated me. Not only me, I think it motivates my brothers as well.
No, no. That source of income will not be gone. It will be reduced. Your dad will be
Mm,
retired. That's a for audience sake. James' father works in SBI. He's in which scale
mm.
now? Scale 4.
Scale, yes, I think it's skillful.
His father is in scale 4. And okay, James, like you were with your elder brothers, elder brother,
Mm,
Kelvin. So
mm,
your elder brother who cleared civil service man's exam now, he was preparing for civil service and you were preparing for ISS, Indian Statistical Service. So
mm.
were the syllabus similar or were poles apart?
The syllabus are poles apart because CSC covers some more broad general subject. It
Mm,
covers every subject that exists in our country. But for statistics, ISS, only statistics is the main subject. There's general studies and general English, but those subjects, even if you don't specifically prepare, I think you can still attempt those papers. But for statistics, it is very subject heavy. So there are four papers on statistics which you
mm.
have to give in the exam. So, and those four papers are conducted within a span of 2 days. So it is very statistics heavy, the subject. So if you have a mastery in statistics, then ISS is something you can attempt. But civil service exam, you have to be good at everything. You have to be good in general awareness. You have to be good in your own subject. You have to be good in every other subject. So you need to have a very wide knowledge for CSE.
Ale tun mo nanga pian khu na exam mo
Hmm.
stage bang za du mai.
Kaya happen. So ISS happen. There are only two stages, more written and interview. Written pen. It's not like CSE mo. ISS pen. The written exam is a 3 days exam straight. So the first paper is general English and general studies, and the
Mm.
second paper is stats, and the third is also. So it's in the span of 3 days, and you have to give the exam continuously for 3 days. And if you clear it, then you'll be called for interview.
And tell us about your interview. How was your interview?
So the interview, I was very nervous before the interview started. And when I first entered the UPSC Bhavan, uh, initially I was very nervous because I'm not the type of person who is very social, and it's always very difficult for me to talk to new people. Even at that time, even till now, I still have a little bit of that social anxiety, but now it's a little better. But at that time I was initially very nervous. So when I went in, I saw the other candidates as well, and then I started talking to them, and I started feeling less nervous because I saw that everyone around me was also in the same position as me. So I saw that everyone was also like me. So why am I being scared? So there's nothing to be afraid of. If I'm already in this position, then I should feel more confident because not everyone is here. And by God's grace, God has blessed me enough to put me in the position where I'm giving it a UPSC interview, where a lot of us, a lot of even I, as well as my family and friends, a lot of us are praying that we one day will get to go for an interview in UPSC Bhavan. So I went to the toilet, and then I washed up a little, and then I tried to freshen myself. I went to the toilet, and I started motivating myself that you are here by God's grace. So what are you afraid of? God has kept you here, so there is nothing that you should be afraid of. And I started feeling more confident. And then when I went into the interview room, when I saw the panel of interviewers, A lot of them were all with a smiling face, so it makes you feel comfortable that you should not be nervous. And even the interview, the ones, the panelists, they try to make you feel comfortable mo. uh Interview room ilu le, interview panelists they're all with a smiling face, so even they purposely try to make you feel comfortable, so there's nothing to
nào
be
bang miền xiang trong event nào bang xiang từ nhau thì visa có
very
liang chỉ
fair.
phòng cái thì
So even they made me feel comfortable, so everything played out very nicely.
imo bang bang question nang dong ai ha min gen na bang na lu le bang question nang dong ai ho nang na bang si answer ai mi aki prepare lu tian a thei da din mo
Okay, preparation happen so ka dingin ka minvel ka dingin like that. Ahivanga kalurap introductions on ang bolsalo mo. They told me to sit down and kato ngalin after I sat down, question ang do ngal bange na hobby si Velin direct question. So ke adi pensu they first asked me ka hobby pen mo ka hobby according to my hobby question nga velang do ka hobby related to my hobbies. So after that subject oriented questions ma ang do statistics question ma statistics
question nang do tie la wa mo
mm,
answer na thei lo in but then you it's na response su hi ai bang ang do answer chen na thei lo chi a situation om khai
tam vo do pensu subject oriented pensu ka thelo jong tam vo
hu tian la bang
they
chi dong
asked
ai
me.
le mi angai tian na para mi
Okay,
thei na din
question
mo
ang doin as pause lower. I'm sorry, I do not know the answer to this. I will have to read up on it. Kuchak again. And even after you say that more, they tell you to stop and think. Open first. A question kat ang doin. Ken zong answer pen kat hate set low. So I told them, I'm sorry, I do not know the answer to this question. And then K ang pause in. James, please calm down. I think you're nervous. So just think about the question at the end. Kung pause ka line, I started thinking and answers on. It started coming to my mind. Mo answer. So even the interviewees, they ask questions which they know that people will know. Question te zong ha zong ang do ngay long mo. It's called when we're nervous. Question easy zong detail. And so like if you're just calm and composed, question dong ang do dan dong, there's multiple ways to answer that one question mo. They ask you questions in such a way that answers on we will always know the answer. So if you just stay calm and composed, the answer will always come to your head. And natay kalo lesong gracefully, I do not know the answer to this. I will have to study. I would have to read up on it. Itzy may lesong. I think they feel that this person is ready to learn. No? And
minute bang zak dia
I
hi ai
interview pen I think 15 to 20 minutes. So.
depending upon the way you respond si
Uh,
zong ibat mo ale
uh,
james tun mo tuan nang sem na pian ISS pian hu mo Indian Statistical Service a mi te
mm,
adia in a zo te mo au ma tai
mm. Amy, sorry. Amy te kathe da na chu Amy te khat tha do te mo ka u loi te a u nu pen 2016 amu kha uching ching
no
hop
koi
ki
pen
Kelvin pen
Kelvin loi te that means
a
naw pang na lai chi di vela mo
Kelvin loi te jong hil Kelvin loi te a u, so she's
uh,
much senior to us.
ale mo adang hi cha because nang hita nang nasem na di khadhiya nagyal do khadhiya tun example like who army officer ka hinsin army officer koi me koi che ki thei vela male huchi
Mm,
dana nang to ISS nang hi di ta hinsin ISS a army
mm.
koi no me chi na khwal thoi army a
Ah,
sing ta manipura a sing ta mi mong mong mo anaga te sim
Manipur
lawin mo
te chu Manipur apat chu kathe pen chu khatso me ha uching pen adang te chu me te chu na me te chu
ei bilang au
senior
ching
zo
to an au Kelvin loi
à
te na si pen kuma
à
mi zo te la thoi
à mi zo te la chu ka the kha lo
ale tuon i chit mo kum khada mo vacancy bang za za dom je le e sing tam total vacancy bang za do me hu tiang la ST ST quota
total
bang za do me
vacancy chu tukum 233 ha mo a hi wanga tukum a pen chu ST te kilalo so every year pen chu STC pen chu ki guarantee lo mo ke
à
kabol ko ma chu STC pen ni ya tukum a pen chu SC a seat khat chu ST te chu seat lo so maybe next year chu seat pen ki di ST te ani vacancy dung zo ya ki bol
but ST quota si le seat si le zong you can compete for that
you can compete for general
unreserved category mo
ah ah
ale mo tuon hun zong sort sim ta in but then it's
mm
interesting mi tam pin na phat tom pi din chin au ngai lo khat
mm
e mi la e zo sung wa hi lo e mi la service ana ki kyal ngai seng lo mi dang zo na thei
mm
kha seng lo hi to mo tun
mm
jam sir nang khu bang chia para training na pada tai
okay April 21st 2025 apat training pen kipan
hoi hoya training na bol bai na academy hu chi dan de hoya me
kaya academy pen so hile National Statistical Systems Academy mo Noida Greater Noida Knowledge Park huta ya so initially huta training 2 months ki bol statistics official statistics training huta ki bolin Huzawa, they will take us to different academies mo. First was Dehradun Kipei, Chandigarh Kipei,
dire tu na hoi te
Dehradun
how's there for
FSI,
long so
Forest Survey of India mo, Huta
acha
Kibol. And then Chandigarh Labor Bureau Kibol. Huzawa, Shimla Azong Kipei. And then different states ministry, they take us to different ministries mo. Here ISS campaign. You will serve in different ministries deputation you'll be on deputation in different ministries so training la ya ministry teng introduction dan dewa they will take you to different ministries and hoja a functioning veil a brief overview ki hung ki piain so that after training zo cha different ministry which ministry do you want to be posted in kota na la thading in hoja training ki
ho chi dan ai le tun na training khu habang zat
training
total
pen
habang zat din
yeah classroom training will be for 1 year more because after the 1 year classroom training field posting ki boldi probation mo field posting ki bolding in 1 year probation because uh ki posting haldi so total pen 2 years of training in
deputation dan yo pen khu chui la on the job training dan ni wi dia mo
on the job adi
ale tun mo tua no nang pen khu mo in
mm.
terms of pay and allowances bang
Mm.
level anom wai tun 10 mo
Level 10 starting pen to level 10 ki
level 10 na in chin na promotion dan na mo civil service te to aki bangi elo le banga chi to na
uh, in terms of promotion too, it'll be batch promotion keep holding more. So according to the vacancy, they will they will always try to promote the entire batch at one time. So they'll wait for vacancies to be there and then promotion keep holding already. So for first promotion, then after 4 years of service, and then after that based on your performance it'll be either 5 or 6 years then it'll be 8 years with only
ale to na training zo tele chin mo james na
mm,
department khara bang pay di tele chin just take any
mm,
example any department
okay
so what will be your appointment na appointment na rank di bang na responsibility di bang chidan mo na
okay
designation di bang
so initial posting pen SRO regional office mo NSO every state pen NSO khat mo national survey organization so state ting ting ho pe chu So we will be posted there for our first service. And i-post pen ahile to assistant director hidingin. So a responsibility ahile government scheme teng ki monitor di ki evaluate di. And then suppose manrega, take for example manrega in la maki umle. So we will be monitoring Manrega, koi whoever who is availing this scheme, and how efficiently is it being given to the people, and is there any scope for improvement? Civil analysis scheme only. So that is our main job.
Ale statistic a sang pian pian khu mo ISS a sang pian pian khu ko ye
Mm.
means not in terms of name by designation.
DG mo, Director General. Ahivanga, if you are lucky, you can go up to secretary level.
Hello DZ statistic kichi mo lo le bang kichi
It
en.
most Pinoy, there are four main departments mo. So every department will have a DG, Director General. So who pen asam pen.
Acha ama oteng teng adia tua cabinet secretary chi dia like state government abang itale chief secretary cha alian pen pen khat chi tua lo mo wa department ben ai cham
There
mo.
is one allian pen hivanga that secretary pen, it can be an IAS also. So our
No.
current secretary is an IAS who is on deputation mo. So it is not necessary that ISS mine who position aladi. Ahivanga, according to promotion pen to asang pen to DG, Director General.
Okay. Now tun neo khat a secret lamang en vain. Na ku mazar hitai tun
Kay pen 25.
25. 25 ni hile
Mm.
25 and a half. 26 masanga ako class A gazetted officer kanita di china. Ma.
Mm.
Na posting hoila ne expect eh first posting.
First posting pen to hometown gaya too, it's guaranteed mo. Ahivanga in Manipura pen to office pen impala umya huzya. Impal pen to viable option hilo kaya di. Huzya right now pen Shillong ma katsu kede ya hivanga Shillong atsu vacancy umlaw mo. So most likely Aizol ki mumay thay.
Ai zol mo di mo. Ai
Mm.
le. Ai le mo.
Mm.
Napatian zinay tan si velang gen khai lo le zinay divel lom ngai divel na gel khatai.
Ken zi vel chu kangai to seng lo because zi kanai masangin chu inmun vel chu personally ke kangai da na hi le chu inmun khat kanai te di mo before I even consider marriage. So inmun khat chu kalai u te before I consider marriage. So inmun khat or just a land vel in nama kilay put le, then I will start considering marriage.
Ki khwa nang le nang ki khol pot di mo. A
Ah.
hoy le. Ale bakhat tun mo James
Hmm.
nang dan dewa nang service ko ile very rare mo very rare
Hmm.
ken jong kana za kha siang lo khu nang lo ching le te
Hmm.
bang hi mo kichi mo
Ah.
statistic as a subject a chu ne ki thei but Indian
Hmm.
Statistical Service chu kana za kha lo we thei chung but ka thei kha lo in chen
Hmm.
sim lai te mo
Hmm.
students sim lai te khat ading in bang vai ha ud mo bang vai
Hmm.
ha ud na na ni so that
Okay.
nang bang ai cha statistic ISS bang
Hmm.
hi udi tale mo
Okay. So ken again ule whatever subject na la mo
hmm.
hopen hoidawa you research properly private line hile government line hile if there's any scope for speciality in your subject mo, that is the first thing that you should do in terms of speciality in terms of government job special entry umlo for your specific subject and nang
Hmm.
subject nala dung zuya bang exam na bolte ye. So that is the first thing you should always research more. Two lines to chat GPT so you should just type in chat GPT, I am taking this subject, so what is my viable option in the future. So who
Hmm.
can first advice kapyauna. And then the second is whatever you do uh, always put God number one, because okay, from my personal experience, everything was given to me by God in the moment, because whatever I planned never went according to how I planned. I wanted to do NDA, I wanted to go DU Hifanga. I didn't get any of that. But by God's grace, I'm here in this position now.
God
So
has better plan for you, Chidan, mo?
God always has a better plan. So always keep God number one. Always have God in your prayers. And the third thing is studying is going to be very difficult. It's studying is something that no one will appreciate if you study 10 hours a day. There are lots of people who study 11, 12 hours a day, but they didn't clear the exam till now, so we don't know who they are. So whatever what the struggle you're going to face is something that you will face alone, and that is something that you should always keep in mind. Sometimes you might not succeed directly, so you should not be disheartened. So whatever you do, the struggle will always be there, and you need to have faith that God will grant you what you need in time. So you should always struggle, and when you struggle, just know that no one will be there, but then God will always be by your side. So you should always continue struggling no matter what you do, and the fruit of your labor will always pay off eventually. And you should always keep close. You should always be talking to your family, because your family is someone who will always know your struggle, and your family will always be by your side. So you should always keep God number one, and know that you will always struggle, and most people will not understand the struggle that you go through, but that is something you should not take to heart. You should know that that is always going to be there, and you should always keep your family close, and you should always talk to your family, because they are the ones who will understand the struggle that you're going through. And you should always research on what you want to do with your life. So whatever subject you take, there is always going to be something there for you in that subject. So you should be determined enough to know that this is the subject I'm taking, and this is the options that are there for me. Open here, get advice.
Pom na dit mo James tu tung na success to ki side
Mm,
mo koi koma
mm.
ki pa thule koi koma credit na pe udai.
Okay, the first and foremost is God. Pasyan. God is something that God has really guided me. So all praise be to God. Mo. And then secondly, I would say Kapa, because it was my father who Kapa penin ya ISS pen ang suggest mo. So Kapa umlole tu ISS bange ahi lamsam kithe khalo hi. So all Kapa pen the all credit goes to my father mo. Because I'll say ka older brother Kelvin mo, because when I see Kelvin Lekha Asim nan, it actually motivated me to study more. Because kay penahile initially ka prepare la ya one nikada nakal tum nakal level to lekha kisim mo. Ahi banga ka wo ka edle ama pen. He studies 8, 9, 10 hours a day. So even that motivated me to study more. And then Alina Hile, uh, yeah, lifting financial independence mainly. That was also a factor. But the first and foremost will always be God, because pasian umlo letu. I think it's impossible. It was a miracle that I actually cleared this job.
In spite of your brother being studying for longer duration and more concentrating, you got the job first. Congratulations once again.
Mm,
Kipa hoya
thank
James
you so
tu
much.
ni hita bang nang to mo ni hita bang na lot sin na thui ki ho thei 2006 apada
Mm,
2009 tan Shillong a college kang kaya hulai now pang no khan hin cyber cafe vela computer game ki mol dian tai lu jelun chin tua hoi cha platform khadai chang ki ho lim thei with such a high and
mm,
high success chi dia ma lo chen na sang ta to ang
mm.
wang phajing in lan
Okay.
mi te ading in motivation petu le ma ida egam le na ma ding in
Mm,
ni phat tuam ngai tang hijing in lan plus wherever you go uh, from my side kang request chu nang zong na pa para na head na pan zong aloi tia para head mo athei mo to service pen so you should make people aware hita bang kham service uma hi na chiding cha mitam pin zong na ngai sang dilai ta hin chin huzia na ke ge na adia in nang kipat na civil mang hil lo di mo Shillong level na pe chang in kang de sa dan hile ZSP level azong study bangai chin career counseling dan de mo ko loi hun lai zong de ki bol chali te ne khat small step but it pays much later in life and it's very useful chide very valuable ma hita nivanin adang alasa ne again beud bang manane ai
Gen biti chu kanai sing lo. Yeah, I want to thank you more personally for inviting me for this interview. Okay, pen Amy reach out at the platform kanelo. Yeah, more personally. Hivanga you were able to give me this platform. Amy te or whoever is watching. I'm able to reach out to them. Yeah, I want to thank you personally for inviting me here as well.
Kay zong it's dana army para kang retire in sin mo March 2025 bakang retire in sin huzawa immediately aku Indian Premier League IPL 2025 cricket tournament pena security officer ava pangin Delhi Capital State to 3 months kava hoza kang po din chin private company khara DGM Deputy General Manager Operation dana kang pangin le private so kahina tong kitwalo in chin katop ki din pugin swan haw hin khwale na sepchi lai buhat ka gyal mo in December 30 na ki release pen pu pen na hani lang kang boy in chin husawa kachim seng na siam lawa chum the mo lo de ki chin hu to ki to nai cha ina tong khat kong swa chim seng YouTube welcome mobile bolai cha kang bol do khain chin but I feel that bia dia phatwam mo it's a mitampi in platform plus khale khari cha English ava ki gian ai lokol te ha ma English ha ma mi tom discussion te sang ei le hi chang a hi na dong ki toy sang mi jong thei siam le kha siam lo le kha thei lo ai lo le non English medium te tan pai jong thei siam chidana mo in chin atom na tin ke tu lai ta Bank of Baroda security officer akasep in chin hun kanai office adong bol di pak mamlo free do akaw min chin cha de hun aki ho thei di din mona chi de ti pa hoya siam so de min bang Thailand mo
Like kipai nge kipai.